Because okay, so if he's top five, okay, so let's establish who's top five right now. You got Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. You can switch those two out. You got Kareem. You got some people don't even think Kareem should be on that list. You got
which is
Magic.
crazy.
You got Bird. So you got those six right there, right? Is he better than any of them six right there? Is he better than Jordan? Hell no. Is he better than
No,
LeBron? I don't think so. Is he better than Kobe? Is he
no.
better than? I don't even think he's better than Shaq, who put him on that list as one of the greatest of all times. So who has he jumped over to be one of the top five greatest players of all time?
I mean, for me, I I'm not necessarily saying I agree with Shaq, but it's
Yeah,
it's it's fair to put it up for discussion.
sure.
Um, I I'm not mad at anybody that would have him top five.
No,
He
no. I
does,
mean, you said
yeah,
it. I mean, changed the game.
yeah.
You know,
He
you,
doesn't
you
he
talked about
doesn't
that.
break
Just
he
go ahead.
doesn't break my top five because I cannot leave out Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna leave
Yeah.
out Kobe Bryant. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
leave out Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm not gonna leave
Mhm.
out Magic Johnson, and I'm not gonna leave out Akeem Olajuwon. Like
So
Akeem.
LeBron James is somebody that you think that he's better than them because you didn't mention his name.
Okay, so I've gotten this. One of my good friends, D Hines, man, one of my good friends. He tells me all the time, if you ain't got LeBron James in your top five, you just a hater, right? And
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
and okay, so I can't it does not mean LeBron is not great. He is one of the greatest players of all time. For me, what it
So
comes down to is when I mention the names that I mentioned, right? When
yeah,
I mention Michael Jordan, when I mention Kobe Bryant, when I mention Magic Johnson, when I mention Kareem, when I mention Elijah Wan, I
yeah,
mentioned these players for a specific reason. I mentioned them because we already know the mentalities that Michael and Kobe had. We Mamba mentality, Michael Jordan mentality.
sure,
That doesn't need to be elaborated on or discussed. Um,
right.
but when I say like Elijah Wan,
Mhm.
had such a cool, calm way of schooling you, like the way he schooled you. He didn't get rattled. He had the instinct that he had was so simple. Like we mentioned Tim Duncan a lot, but in my eyes, you don't have Tim Duncan without Elijah, right? The footwork, the
Sure,
fundamentals,
sure,
right? Like
sure,
a lot. Keep in mind, like Shaquille O'Neal worked on getting better because of what Elijah was able to do to him,
sure.
right? Um, when we talk about Magic Johnson was like, "Oh no, get on my back, right? We gonna make a way. You do this, you do this. We gonna figure this out." Like he just had while it wasn't like the killer instinct way, it was still a way of like, I'm gonna will us to make this happen, right? That was like the
Okay.
kind of player he
And you don't
was.
think LeBron has that same kind?
Not like
I mean,
Magic, man.
but Magic joined the Lakers when they had the greatest player of all time playing for them, or at least the greatest player in the NBA. So having Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as your center, that helps. You okay? You have the team that the Lakers had already was a championship caliber team. you look at what LeBron James went through the first 6 years that he was in Cleveland. He was their team.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him one bit for saying, okay, I want to actually win. Because, I mean, he was going to the NBA Finals with those Cleveland Cavalier teams. You remember what he did to the Detroit Pistons in the NBA playoffs to get to those championships. That was the same Pistons team with Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace and Tayshaun Prince who had beaten Shaq and Kobe and the Lakers. And you still don't – I don't understand how LeBron's not at least one or two, at least three in your book. Because if that's not a mentality, he scored those 25 points against the Pistons in the NBA, the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, he put that team on his back, and they continued to just undersell. They gave him no kind of support at all. I can't even remember who played for the Cavaliers with him before he went on to go to the Heat and then win championships.
Okay, so all right, so here's what we're gonna say. Like, I get that. Your argument is valid.
You're a hater. Your friend's right. You're a hater. I don't understand because he's playing for your Lakers now.
I know it, and I mean, again, like LeBron. I always say LeBron James, the man, one of the greatest people, right? LeBron James, the player. Yes, he is a Laker now. Yeah, and so I root for him. This is where it's hard though, because
you poor Lakers fans.
but
I'm so sorry.
But listen, check me out.
My
wallet's
too fat for all the $50 bills in my
When Jordan was playing for the cocaine train Chicago Bulls for for those years, did Jordan say, you know what? It's not gonna work. I can't beat the Pistons. Let me get out of here. Or did he just keep chipping at it?
Or did he actually build a team that could win a championship around him, which the Cavaliers never did? So, I mean,
LeBron only waited 6 years.
That's all.
Jordan waited 8.
So he waited 2 more. So you think LeBron should have waited 2 more years before finally deciding that the Cavaliers, Dan Gilbert, wasn't going to give them shit to build a team around him? He was basically waiting for them to lose and then get another number 1 overall pick like Kyrie Irving, so then they could build a team around that guy. And then LeBron just happened to say, you know what? It's been fun in Miami, but I'm going to go back home and I'm going to win a championship for Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean,
is that not a great story too? He went back home.
Oh, it's a cool story.
To finally win a championship for his hometown team.
It's
after they had burned his jersey and his owner talked all that shit about him after he left to go to Miami. Yeah, no, I have no problem with what LeBron did. The path that he took, both